So with things like iPhone mockups or iPad mockups, a lot of times we have to make the screen first that we want to see. So I have a really standard profile screen I found online for free. And what I'm going to show you today is how to work with mockups that might not have a edit contents file. So what we want to do is put a profile picture over our person Kevin Garrett here, and I made a file called Kevin Garrett, this nice handsome young man here. And since we want to put it over this profile part, we first have to find the file. There's a big massive folder here. We're going to click in and we're looking for user info, which will probably be there, and it looks like it should be under avatar. So we're going to click into the avatar file. We will look down, one of these is the avatar. We can toggle the eyeball to see what is turned off. And so since we're going to put someone over the avatar, we can click and delete the avatar, and we can keep just this oval because that's all we're going to be working with here. So we can go back to Kevin Garrett here, and we're going to select his image all the way through with the selection tool in the upper left here. We can just use a quick rectangle. Command C on Mac or Control C on Windows, and then Command or Control V here, and it's going to be a large picture. So we need to resize this down, and the quickest way to do that is to go into Transform. We're going to grab the top left corner and hold Shift, drag in, and we can also hold Alt, and Alt will drag in from all corners, making the photo zoom into the middle. We can kind of move them over. You can see that's still a little bit too big, so I'm going to hit Shift and Alt again and drag the corner to make him a little bit smaller. I think that looks good. And we can either double click or click the check mark here and kind of drag him over this circle. Now what we want to do is line up his head with where the circle is going to be, and we're going to create something called a clipping mask. So for that you want to make sure your layer 1, or we can just double click and rename him Kevin, is over this oval we see here, or the circle, and we're going to right click the layer and we're going to create a clipping mask. What this does is brings the Kevin layer to clip right over top of that oval. So if the oval changed shape or made a little longer, Kevin would stay the same size and he would just be adjusted to whatever space is behind it. But since his face is a little big here, we're going to go back to the Kevin layer and slowly drag him in so you can see a little bit more of his body and it doesn't look as weird. Hit the check mark, and now we have one picture done. Now if you wanted to edit the background, you would have to look in the file for probably the background file right here. Oh, it would be the image file, sorry. And what you're going to want to do is put something over top of this image right here, and it should lay in the back here for a nice cover photo for Kevin.